Jordi, what can you just say about how your team was able to come together and close out this one, especially to get that shot that Michael Porter Jr. got to the rim?
Yeah, I mean, the lesson is that there's no safe lead in the NBA. Teams will always punch back. And obviously give them credit, but at the end of the day, it's like you said it. Responding is important because when things go against you and then the other team takes the lead, it may seem like a big mountain in front of you. And I think the guys kept composure, scored when we need to. Mike with a big bucket, and then the stop. Like they go into a timeout, force them to take the second and run out of timeouts. I think those possessions are super valuable because late game execution, especially on defense, is very important. And it's way better to learn winning than losing, right? And the prior 3 games, it was like winnable games, close games, and it didn't go our way. And you still learn, but it hurts. This one, obviously, we got to learn a lot because that fourth quarter was not good enough. But like you said, proud of the guys to make that extra effort.
Speaking of effort, the stop by Drake Powell, you mentioned during pregame just what he can do defensively and how you're excited to see his game even grow. Just what type of game did he showcase to you tonight, just about what he's been able to do?
Yeah, you said it, like his line, shots didn't go in. I think he played the right way. He had nice plays, just the ball didn't go in. And he stayed with it, and you said it like that's a winning play at the end, and that's who he is. Length, activity, good instincts for the ball, and that steal it was amazing, and finally definitely help us win the game. Then Noah's free throws and all that. So very, very proud of the group.
Jordi, in your mind, in the fourth quarter, what I guess changed for you guys defensively? And what lessons are there that you guys can take from it, particularly some of the younger guys that you can take from that?
Yeah, once again, like our defense was not there at all, and not in the fourth quarter, but in the second half, you give up 69 points. In one half of basketball, you're not going to win many games. I know that we had a great 40-point first half on defense, but started with our ball pressure, communication, physicality to start the game, to start the second half. So. Defense did not exist, and we paid for it. So we got to be better. Like I said, watching film after the win, you take it a little bit differently, but still a lot to learn because that's not the defense we want to play. But at the end of the day, we're going to play this team again. So this series kind of like, it's good. It makes sense. It's fun. A little bit more now, and you go in the second game here. So. No lead is safe, and we got to be better defensively.
With a little less than 5 minutes left in the fourth, you put Nolan in instead of Yegor. What did you see from either one of those guys down the stretch that led to you making that change?
Yeah, I needed Yegor to lead with his physicality, and those are conversations that him and I have, and I know that he can do it because late in the game against New Orleans, he had great stops, and he guarded Trey Murphy and did a great job. And like that physicality, chest in the ball was great, and I know he can do it. And when I see that we start the quarter or start the half, and he doesn't bring that level of physicality that I know he can do. If he couldn't do it, then I'm fine with it, but I know he can. And same thing towards the end of the game. I thought I needed that. Nolan has done a great job, and am I right or wrong? I don't know. I'm going to watch the film again, but I'm very happy with both. I'm very happy with how they play, how selfless they play, their intentions, and that's how you learn and get better. I know that he's not happy if I take him out of the game. That's what I hope. And then from there, I know that he can bring that level of physicality to guard, to switch, to guard bigger guys, and to get into the paint, and then everything else that his superpowers are, shooting the ball and finding the three-point line. I know that that's there.
You mentioned pregame about how you wanted to see improvement on the boards. Nic and Noah both had great nights tonight. What did you like about their activity on the glass?
Yeah, and I was very happy with the way we responded as a group, and especially, I thought Nic was unbelievable. Like his activity, leadership, communication. He was engaged, extremely engaged, and that's the Nic and day run that we had for that stretch of 15 games. And Noah, obviously, size helps, and those guys, when they rebound and they keep the ball in front, teams are having a hard time scoring, and I need them to that level of engagement because once again, not because I believe they can do it, it's because I've seen they can do it. So those are going to be my expectations every single night.
The shots haven't been falling for Noah as of late, but he just continues to keep shooting. And tonight he gets some big ones to fall. Just what have you seen from him, in this recent stretch? Just the way that he's continued to play through these struggles or this shooting slump.
Yeah, I mean, every time he shoots, I think he's going in, and he doesn't hesitate to shoot the ball. And that, to me, is very important because it's going to get to the point of, confidence and maturity that, for the most part, it's always going to go in. And, when you lose your confidence for a little bit, he's going to regain it back quicker. And right now you see it. The line is impressive with 23 points, 11 boards, and then his defensive presence is, it's growing and growing and growing. So Noah's huge for us, and, we believe he can keep taking those steps, and his 28 minutes today were very, very good.
You guys had 19 threes, 8 guys knocking down threes. Just what was it about just the spacing, the ball movement that allowed you guys to get the different looks and opportunities?
Yeah, 30 assists, 39 made field goals. You said it, 43s, and we made 19 of them. And some nights you don't make them, like in the Dallas game. But I felt we shot good ones that night, and tonight I felt the same way. If we keep shooting, they're going to keep going in. And I believe all the guys we have, the spacing, the touching the paint, making the right play, is there, and we have guys like CT, Nolan, Drake, Danny, Yegor, make the simple play and the right play every time, and that's why you see the attempts, but also the shooting percentage.
I'm just curious, when you're drawing up that, play for Mike, especially a guy that's been in the league so long, I guess how specific are you telling him, try to get downhill here, or if they play it like this, get a shot? I guess how much direction do you want to give, him on a play like that?
No, I just need him to catch the ball. After that, he knows what he's doing. I mean, he is a high-level scorer. He knows if he needs to shoot over or if he needs to take one dribble and take it to the rim, and that's what he did. He caught it close to the elbow. It was easy enough for him to use his size and finish. So very proud of him on how he executed, and he was, responsible. He played like the player that he is, and, we would have not won this game without Michael.
Nic, what was the key for you guys as a group to closing this one out down the stretch and getting the win?
We had to just stick with it. We shouldn't have been that close down the stretch. We gotta be better, but at the end of the day, we got to win. That's what matters. We're gonna watch some film tomorrow, get better, learn from some of the mistakes that we made and some of the slippage we had down the stretch.
When you look at those 2 big plays, one by Michael Porter Jr. to get to the rim, and then the big stop by Drake Powell, just what can you just say about those 2 guys on those 2 plays?
Yeah, big time. Drake stepping up, using that, his wingspan, using his length to get a steal right there, and not even giving him a chance to get the ball in bounds, and then Mike just being Mike, just getting a bucket, doing what he does, and closing it out for us down the stretch.
I know you talked about, it matters whether you win the game or not, even if it's a 20-point lead, 2-point lead, whatever it is. But given how tough that road trip was, where you guys had leads down the stretch and just weren't able to close it, how confident does it make you in this team that you guys found a way to win this game tonight, especially how that comeback was?
Yeah, it was a little bit of like deja vu. Like we just seeing the game kind of slip there at the end, but it's nice figuring out ways to win those games as opposed to figuring out ways to lose them. And like you said, like it's big for our confidence, and we see them again on Sunday, so we gotta correct some things and be ready.
I'm sure you know what legit on-ball defenders look like in the NBA. So just a little bit more on Drake, like how special can he be as an on-ball defender, and obviously the other things that he can do with his
Yeah,
athleticism?
I mean, as far as the defending, it's like he has a lot of things working really well for him that the league is looking for right now. As far as like the 3-and-D, the wingspan, the ball skills, and the skills just to defend. You know, everybody can't defend. You might have the measurements, but you can't defend. He's a really good defender, and he uses his length really well, and he takes a lot of pride in defense, and he definitely is going to be good in this league for a long time.
You mentioned during pregame how you guys needed to do a better job when it comes to getting the rebounds. What role did that play tonight, and how much was that kind of a focus point for you out there?
Yeah, it was a focus point for all of us, and definitely for myself. I haven't been rebounding that well lately, so that's something that really hurt us these past few games, especially against the Pelicans. So we got to just keep focusing on that, and the game is easier for us when we rebound.
Jordi spoke pretty highly of you when he was in here earlier, just the impact that you had on the game. And looking at the box score, right, you only took 5 shots, but how, I guess, good does it feel for you to be able to kind of put your imprint on a game like this, in a game where you only end up with 7 points?
Yeah, I would like to get more points, but that's just the way that the game flowed today. Not too worried about scoring. At the end of the day, if I need to score 7 points for us to win every night, that's what I'm going to do. And I just did the small stuff. I defended, guarded my yard, I rebounded, I was facilitating, got a couple blocks. So, like I said, I just want to win at the end of the day, and I'm happy we got to win.
The Bulls made 6 threes in the fourth quarter after only making 5 before that. Is it something you can tell in a game whether, you're playing actually worse defense, or if a team is just hitting outside shots, or is that one of those things you don't really feel until, you watch it on film the next day?
I mean, they also are really good in transition, and I think that we needed to be better. Like, as far as our transition defense, that's something that we focused on, like, in our pregame, and we had some plays tonight where we definitely should have been better with that. And as far as the three-point shooting, we did a decent job with keeping them off the three-point line. Like you said, he had 6 in the fourth, but that's just a part of the game sometimes too.
It was another big night for the bench, Nic. What do you think about that balance that they had?
I mean, they've been solid. They kind of been they've been anchoring us a little bit, because the first unit we haven't been great. Like, we haven't been coming out to start games great. Today was better, but they've been doing really well. And that group, we need those dudes to just keep growing and stay consistent. And the first unit we'll get better too.
Nolan closed out the game with you guys. How have you just kind of enjoyed playing with him, with how he's able to get downhill and get into the paint easily?
Yeah, I mean, he's super fast. Once he keeps figuring out how to utilize his speed out there, he's gonna be a problem. Just seeing his growth from day one to now, him figuring out the league, figuring out when to pick his spots, when to get downhill, when to kick out to the threes, and he has a really good feel for the game.
Noah, with how close the last couple of games have been for you guys, how good was it to win this one in the clutch time and walk away with the win?
I'm just glad we finished it out. It was good, but it shouldn't have been that close, especially with the lead we had going into halftime. Even the third quarter, I think we tied the third. So, yeah, I think it was an 18-point lead, then going into the fourth or something like that. So, yeah.
What did you guys have to lock in on in those last just 5 minutes?
When shots stopped falling and we stopped getting what we wanted, we stopped getting back, and they were capitalizing every time. And, just get back, play defense, regardless if shot fall or not.
In your mind, is that probably, considering you're playing this quick turnaround against this same team again, is that the biggest lesson for you guys to take from the fourth quarter, your defensive performance in the fourth quarter? Is that the biggest, I guess, lesson to take for Sunday?
I would say so.
Noah, you've talked to us plenty of times about how you're learning to read the defense and take what it's giving you. There was a point, I would say like second quarter on, it seemed like you were pretty much just going to the basket no matter what. Was there something you saw with the way the Bulls were defending you that made you feel comfortable going to the basket, drawing contact?
First couple of times I drove, I noticed that they weren't holding the gap. Like they were, especially with Mike, they were staying on his body, and so it was a lot of room to drive. So my first drives were hesitant, trying to see if they were going to hold the nail, and then when I realized they were just playing one-on-one, essentially, with a rim protection behind, I just start going.
Obviously, a couple huge plays tonight for Drake Powell defensively, but kind of in general, what have you thought, playing next to him and seeing what he's done on the defensive end, his whole rookie year?
He's growing. Growing for sure. He can be a pest defensively. He moves his feet. Once he learned to use his wingspan a little more, I'd say, he'll be really, really impactful in defensive end. Well, he already is, but even more.
Hey, Noah, keeping up with the rookie trend, how would you evaluate Nolan's continued improvement as a distributor over these last couple games?
He's been doing really good getting to the paint. Or even if not getting to the paint, coming off with enough speed to pull the low man in and skip corner or hit the pull behind. Just keeping the defense honest. Every once in a while, getting a reject, getting to the rim, a quick layup. Like, it's been elite for us. And defensively moves his feet. Well, I don't know how much he weighs, but he's skinny, so sometimes they just go through him. But, he fight. I like that.
Noah, you had a great game. How confident are you playing, matching up against high-caliber players like Nikola Vucevic?
You said how confident am I?
Yeah, how confident are you?
I just go hoop. To be honest, I'm confident. I don't know the measure of that, but I'm confident. I just say that.
Thank you.
Besides, you had a big offensive stretch in the second quarter. Besides that, you almost had a pretty nice block at the rim there. Did you think you might have had that, and did that landing hurt at all?
Yeah, it hurt. He missed it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know where I hit him. I don't know how I hit him. I just know. I anticipated him to dunk it because he's an athletic finisher. He did dunk the ball, but I didn't know he was going to have that much momentum to throw me off like that. But, yes, it hurt.
As a team, you guys have been preaching just the rebounding battle. How much of an emphasis would put on attacking the glass?
A lot. Stop letting the teams get I don't know how many second chance points New Orleans had, but it was a whole lot, and that's why we lost the game. So just stop letting teams get second chance points. It's big.
Thanks, Noah.
Appreciate you, though.